What is culture? How has culture been preserved in northern New Mexico? Culture is the basic needs of belonging and affiliation. For many years, aspects of northern New Mexico culture have been tied to the local acequias and farming. Occupants of this region have relied on the resources provided by acequias and farming to preserve local culture and pass the values of this culture on to their descendants. The time has come for the local youth to recognize and preserve this culture. It has been a basic way of life to use water resources and food production from farming to sustain a living in northern New Mexico. These resources need to be protected and properly managed.
Muy humilde, pobre y sincero, y ahora les voy a cantar.
Farming, right? It's kind of a, who the heck farms anymore? You know, like who grows food that we eat anymore? I mean, if you do, your family does, then you're blessed. Like that's an amazing thing to still have close to you. And don't forget it as you want to go to college and grow older and do tech work or whatever the heck you want to do. You know, whatever you want to go study. Don't forget while you're doing those things what sustains you. Somebody's growing food for you somewhere.
One of the things that's happening now is, you know, with modernization, the acequias aren't center stage in our culture, in our thinking of the future. You know, a lot of people are thinking, you know, go to the cities, make money, get a good job, get educated. So I'm looking forward to a future where the young people will step up, get involved in their acequias, learn the ways from their elders, you know, start to go to acequia meetings and understand the issues, you know, in addition to the cultural richness of what it is to irrigate, what it is to take care of the land, to take care of the animals. But I see this future as an opportunity for young people to carry our culture forward.
Farming and culture is everywhere. I mean, these seeds are microchips, right? Like if I, you know, pop off one of these, this is hundreds and hundreds of seeds, right? On this one cob here, very cold variety corn. This is like a little microchip storing data from the thousands of years it took to make this a food crop. Not only is our culture stored in the seed, it's also stored in how we hang out in the field. You know, some of the closest people in my life are people that I farm with. When you spend time, when you plant a seed with people, you tend those, you water it, you work in the sun, you sweat, you harvest it, then you deliver that food to people in your community, there's nothing that is going to bring you closer to the people around you. Culture can be sustained in like so many ways with seed and food. I mean, obviously growing it, sharing it, feeding each other. But you see, I mean, jewelry. I mean, I got this earring, you know, that I wear that my teacher grew in 1991. He grew a bunch of crops, and I found this bucket in our seed bank. We used to use this old dirty bucket for just like standing on as a little, as a little ladder to reach the top shelf, right? And one day, after using this bucket all the time, I finally opened it, and it's full of all these seeds, all these beautiful, beautiful blue seeds. And so I asked him, I was like, what are these? And he's, you know, tells me the story of the Job's tears, grown in 1991 in the Gila Desert. And
there's great opportunity in reconnecting with the acequias. You know, a growing local food movement is going to provide opportunity for people to reconnect with the land and produce something that will bring livelihood. There's a lot of benefits that we know about from practicing acequia irrigation, and there's a lot of unseen, untangible benefits, reconnecting with nature. You know, there's a spiritual aspect to working with the water that's very enlivening, that's very fulfilling to a person. It gives a person a great sense of connection and purpose. And I think once we give the youth a taste of that, once they start to understand that and see that they will carry that interest forward, and that they will, you know, pick up where our ancestors left off.
One important aspect of water resource management is water quality monitoring, both chemical and biological. The Mesa Vista, New Mexico Mesa class conducted several studies at different sites along the Rio Vallecitos and Rio Ojo Caliente to identify the overall health of these aquatic systems that feed the acequias that are used for agricultural purposes. Tests that were conducted included the following, explained by New Mexico Mesa students.
A phosphate is a chemical derivative of phosphoric acids. Phosphates can form many different salts. Of the various phosphoric acids and phosphates, organic phosphates are important in biochemistry. They are also important to ecology.
Nitrates are polyaromatic ions with a molecular formula. Nitrates are also known as organic compounds that contain functional groups. Nitrates are mainly produced and used as fertilizers because of their high solubility. The main nitrates are ammonium, sodium, and potassium. Millions of kilograms are produced for this reason. Nitrates are also oxidizing agents, most notably in explosives. Research has shown positive results from these subjects.
Dissolved oxygen is the amount of gaseous oxygen dissolved in the water. Oxygen enters the water by direct absorption from the atmosphere, by rapid movement, or as a waste product from plant photosynthesis. Water temperature and volume of moving water can affect dissolved oxygen levels.
Biological sampling is one of the most important water management techniques. Living organisms indicate if a system is stressed, polluted, or healthy. Studies conducted on the Rio Ojo Caliente indicate that this specific system is healthy. Organisms collected during sampling included fish, specifically trout, mayflies, stoneflies, caddisflies, and craneflies, all of which are sensitive organisms.
El pueblo en que yo nací lleva por nombre La Joya, donde vivían mis parientes, mis amigos, los griegos, romenos y los moyas, y ahora les quiero cantar de mi estado popular. Arriba Nuevo México, arriba mi estado querido, arriba mi Albuquerque y arriba con toda su gente. Arriba Nuevo México, arriba nuestra capital, arriba con Santa Fe y arriba mi estado popular. Y arriba Nuevo México, sí señor. ¡Ay! En mi querido Albuquerque están las montañas andías y más allá hacia el norte encuentran más maravillas, y en la ciudad de Las Vegas me enamoré de una querida. En el pueblo de Española hay tantas mujeres preciosas, en Belén, Socorro y Las Cruces también están muy hermosas, y por eso les quiero cantar de mi estado popular. Arriba Nuevo México, arriba mi estado querido, arriba mi Albuquerque y arriba con toda su gente. Arriba Nuevo México, arriba nuestra capital, arriba con Santa Fe y arriba mi estado popular.